Hey everyone, how are you doing out there? It's, Phil the Book Peddler. So for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you know I'm taking a little trip. I'm closing down the shop for extended period of time, and I'm hitting the road. I'm gonna be traveling down south for a bit, kind of all around down south, picking, buying, selling antiques. I got some choice books to sell to specific shops down there. I would really love to go west, but I don't think it's in the works. The big book selling season kicks up end of September into October, and I don't really want to miss it. So online sales have been booming. I've been doing better than ever. It's partially the reason why I'm going to be able to take such an extended trip. So with that being said, I will link up to Facebook so that you can follow me. But I figured I'd put out a quick video. I bought another brand new phone. If I told you the price, it'd make you nauseous. I can't believe how much these things cost. But the benefit is I can now receive a phone call in the shop, and I was never able to before. It's kind of tough running a business when you gotta drive down the road to the Grange Hall to catch up on all your messages and return calls. So on with the video here. I decided to show you 3 books that I'm gonna take on my trip to read. And it's not Into the Wild or On the Road by Jack Kerouac. Those are good books and I've read them and enjoyed them. One of them's similar. And I guess I'll start with the first one. The one that is similar to that is by John Steinbeck. And this was recommended to me by a friend. And it's called Travels with Charlie in Search of America. And apparently it's about a guy and his dog traveling around the country and writing about it. I'm not the hugest literature guy. I really like reading a lot of nonfiction, but I figure this is kind of appropriate for the trip. Light reading, I'll burn through it quick, and I'm sure it'll be enjoyable. If it's not, my friend's got bad taste, so I'll find out. So the next book here that I'm bringing on is called Political Panorology by Andrew Lobaczewski, I believe is how you say his name. And this is a highly suppressed work. Panorology stands for evil. It's like the study of evil. And to give you a brief background, I read it once about 6 years ago. And another book that can go hand in hand with this is a book by Dr. Robert Hare called, Without Conscience. And that's the study of psychopathy. And he's one of the authorities on the subject matter. I believe he's a Canadian psychologist in the prison systems. Now, this book, getting back to political panorology, Lobaczewski was a scientist in Poland, okay? This was during the Nazi regime when the Nazis came over. They were replaced by the Soviets. Lobaczewski and a team of other scientists, which they were not legally allowed to study this, noticed that there were similar characteristic traits among the leaders of each of these regimes. So it's basically about psychopaths in government. And it's a very revealing book and kind of spooky too. It's definitely a subject that has been understudied, not studied as much as it should be. What was amazing is how psychopaths view the general public, how they vie for positions of power over others, how they basically also they're missing something essential within their brain, empathy, a consciousness, and it's amazing. I remember in it how they almost study individuals. Like if you're a religious person, they can't understand that, and they'll watch your behavior, your the way your expressions are made. They'll go home and they'll try to make those expressions in a mirror, basically, to replicate you, and because it's almost like it's almost like they're not human, to tell you the truth, or at least I wouldn't consider a psychopath human. They certainly don't seem to fit the definition of what a human is. There's zero compassion or empathy again, and very cold-blooded, shark eyes. But this is an in-depth study on that material, and I remember it was a little bit dense, but again, fascinating subject matter, and I can't wait to get into it again. Okay, next book, last book, very controversial book lately, The Rational Male by Rollo Tomassi. Tomassi is known as the godfather of the red pill, okay? And basically, this book is on intersexual dynamics within relationships, okay? Men and women, we're different creatures. We react differently. We behave differently to things. You know, a lot similar as well, of course. But I really wish that I had come across Rollo's book early on in my life. It probably would have saved me a lot of pain and heartbreak. And I highly recommend for any man out there to read his book. It's powerful, it's revealing, it's practical, it's rational. And a lot of people say, oh, he's a misogynist, he's this, that, and the other. It's a bunch of bullshit. I think this is really beneficial for every man out there. As men in society, I mean, I can only speak for myself, and we've been raised in this Disney-esque land, you know, this fantasy world, basically, and this kind of breaks through that. It kind of breaks through your conditioning and almost indoctrination as to how to treat a woman and how to deal with situations. But it's not like telling you how to deal with certain situations, you know. But when you know how, when you know why you're getting certain reactions and off-putting behaviors and things like this, you'll know how to act accordingly. And I think it's powerful because it puts men in a very good position of seeing themselves as the prize instead of putting the woman on the pedestal, say it nicely, and to just maintain your frame as a man, stay focused on your goals. So anyways, these are the books I'm taking, and I know I'll probably enjoy them, and I'm gonna miss everybody in the shop. I'll be closing down for a bit, so you can follow me on the road. I'll be taking videos and showing you what I'm doing and where I'm at. And so if you haven't, please like and subscribe to my channel, The Book Peddler. Stay up to date with book picks, in-shop activity, and of course book reviews. Okay, till next time, we'll see you.